I'm recording this because I was told not to write it down. What happened didn't feel strange at first. That's what scares me now. I was working a temporary overnight role inside the White House. Nothing sensitive, logistics, inventory. The kind of job where you stay invisible. On my third week, I noticed a pattern in the system logs. Every night at exactly 3:11 a.m., internal security cameras went offline for 90 seconds. Not all at once, no alarms, no error reports. Just dark. I assumed maintenance. Everyone does. Until one night, I was still inside the building when it happened. At 3:11 on the dot, the hallway lights dimmed slightly. Not off, just lower, like the building was holding its breath. Then I saw him. He was walking toward me from the far end of the corridor. Tall, thin, wearing a gray suit that looked decades old but perfectly clean. No badge, no earpiece. His shoes made no sound on the marble. I stepped aside without thinking, the way you do for senior staff, even though I didn't recognize him. As he passed me, I felt pressure in my chest, the kind you feel when you realize you're standing too close to something dangerous. 90 seconds later, the cameras came back on. The next day, I asked a coworker who he was. She didn't answer right away. Then she said, very carefully, "You're not supposed to notice him." That was the first time I heard the name, the Night Administrator. Not official, just whispered. A week later, curiosity won. I stayed late again. At 3:11, the cameras went dark. This time, I followed him. He moved like the building belonged to him. Not rushed, not cautious. He turned into a narrow corridor behind the east wing. According to every map I'd seen, that corridor doesn't exist. At the end was a door. No label, no lock. Inside was a small office. No windows, no flags, no screens. Just a desk. And a wall covered in names. Hundreds of them. Some crossed out, some circled, some marked in red ink that looked fresh. I recognized a few. Public figures. People who had quietly disappeared from headlines. While I was stood there, the man spoke, without turning around. "You're early." His voice was calm, neutral. I asked him who he was. He turned toward me, and again, I can't describe his face. Every detail slides away when I try. He said, "Presidents manage policy. We manage outcomes." Then he looked past me and added, "You should leave. You're not scheduled for awareness." When the cameras came back on, I was standing alone in the hallway. The door was gone. The next morning, my access badge didn't work. HR told me my contract had ended early. No explanation, no paperwork issues. Just finished. Since then, I've noticed things I can't ignore. Decisions changing at the last second, speeches rewritten live, crises dissolving overnight with no explanation. And sometimes, always around 3:11 a.m., I remember what he said, that some people lead, some people decide, and some people quietly manage the world so well that no one thinks to ask who's really in charge. I don't know why he let me walk away. I don't know why I still remember any of this. But I do know one thing. The president lives in the White House, but he doesn't run it. And now that I've noticed, I don't think I'm supposed to forget.